My beloved, listen closely. Before I speak another word, I need you to pause. Take a deep, slow breath, because what I am about to reveal to you today is not something your heart is fully prepared to hear. I, Archangel Michael, have carried this heavy and profound truth within me for a very long time. I have watched you from the realms of heaven. I watched you trust someone with your entire soul. I saw you defend them when others walked away. I witnessed you believe in them when they did not even believe in themselves. I watched you cry for them when they were hurt. You were someone whose pain you tried to heal while your own heart was breaking quietly. But my beloved child, while you were busy protecting them, while you were standing as their shield, they were hiding something deeply painful behind your back. My child, do not look away now. Do not close your spirit to this message. This is the exact moment heaven chose for you. God did not let you see this message by accident. He opened the veil today because the truth must be revealed today. Before I go any further into this revelation, I need to ask you something very important. Are you truly ready to hear the truth, even if it hurts your heart? Because the truth, my beloved, is not always soft. It is not always gentle. Sometimes it breaks the illusion before it heals the soul. You were chosen by heaven, not because you are weak, but because your heart is one of the very few left on this earth that still knows how to love deeply, completely, and without condition. And for this exact reason, darkness tried to deceive you. But darkness did not succeed, because God kept his eye upon you the entire time. Beloved, you are not alone in this. You have never been alone. You may feel deep inside that no one has ever truly understood your pain. You may feel that you had to carry the weight of the world silently, that you had to pretend to be strong, holding up a smiling face when you were quietly collapsing inside. But I saw you. Heaven saw you. Every single tear that fell in the dark. Every silent cry that echoed in your room. Every moment you whispered softly to yourself, "Why do people hurt me when all I want to do is love them?" Heaven heard that whisper. Heaven remembered that pain. Heaven held that sorrow. And today, heaven responds to you. My child, the person you trusted the most did something behind your back. Their name has been spoken in the halls of heaven. Their intentions were revealed before the highest throne, and all the angels stood completely silent. They thought you would never find out. They believed they could keep their hidden actions a secret forever. They genuinely believed that your kindness made you blind. They mistook your grace for ignorance. But they never realized, and darkness never understood, that your kindness is your greatest power, not your weakness. Your softness is your armor. Your ability to love despite the pain is exactly what makes you a divine force on this earth. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community. You can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you," every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith. And as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. Listen to me now. I'm speaking slowly and clearly because your soul is remembering something as you hear these words. You have already felt this coming. You sensed the distance growing between you. You sensed a subtle shift in the air. You sensed the energy changing before any words were even spoken aloud. Your spirit was warning you long before your mind could understand the logic of it. This is your gift. This is your divine intuition. This is your heavenly sight. Beloved, someone spoke about you. Someone shared something that was meant to be entirely sacred and private. Someone traded your deep trust for temporary attention, cheap validation, or a fleeting favor from another person, completely ignorant of the fact that heaven was watching every single move. And beloved, you must know this. Heaven does not stay silent forever. You are approaching a massive divine turning point in your life. The truth that was hidden behind your back, buried in the dark, is about to step fully into the blinding light. Every mask they wore will fall to the ground. Every shadow they cast will be fully exposed. Every secret they whispered will echo back to its original source, because God is preparing to restore you. He is not going to restore you halfway. He is not going to restore you barely. He will restore you completely and overflow your cup. My child, your story is not ending here in this pain. Your story is not ending. It is beginning. I am still here with you. Listen closely and let every single word sink gently and deeply into your beautiful spirit. You have been feeling a terrible heaviness inside your chest for a very long time. It has been a quiet ache that refuses to leave, a silent tension in your shoulders, a knowing deep in your gut without needing any physical proof. Something inside you kept whispering to your soul, something has changed. Something is very different. Something is being hidden from me in the dark. You tried so hard to ignore that voice. You tried to silence your own intuition. You tried to convince yourself that you were simply overthinking, that your mind was playing tricks on you. You did this because you love this person deeply, and true love always makes us want to believe the absolute best about those we hold dear. But my beloved, your soul was never confused. Your intuition was never mistaken. Your heart was telling you the undeniable truth long before your logical mind was ready or willing to accept the painful reality of it. The person you trusted the most in this world was not loyal to your heart the way you were always loyal to theirs. They allowed another external voice to influence their mind. Someone whispered toxic words into their ear. Someone planted a tiny seed of doubt that grew into a wall between you. Someone actively tried to create a deep distance between you and them. And instead of choosing loyalty, instead of defending your honor, they entertained the doubt. They leaned in and listened to the poison. They allowed your good name to be spoken in ways that should have absolutely never been allowed. My precious child, I know with all my celestial being that this is not an easy truth for you to hear. It aches to realize that the love you poured out was not protected. The angels themselves saw the exact moment this person began to change their ways. We saw the way they started pulling back their warm energy. We saw the way their eyes no longer held the same comforting warmth when they looked at you. We heard the way their words started sounding too careful, too guarded, strangely different. And we know you felt it too. You always feel everything. Your spirit has always been incredibly sensitive to the shifting energy of others. This sensitivity is one of your greatest divine gifts. But beloved, you must not let this revelation break your spirit. Do not let this pain convince you that your love was a mistake. Do not let this betrayal make you think your love was wrong. Your love was always pure. Your love was always noble. Your love was divine in its very essence. The truth is, not everyone knows how to receive a love so powerful and genuine. Not everyone knows how to hold something so incredibly sacred without damaging it with their own unhealed wounds. And here is the absolute truth that you must know and accept today. They did not betray you because you were not enough. They betrayed you because they were simply not ready for the profound depth of your love. Your pure love uncovered their deepest hidden insecurities. Your bright presence exposed the dark parts of them that they were not yet ready or willing to face. You accidentally awakened the pain they wanted to keep buried in the ground. You triggered their need for healing, and instead of choosing to grow with you, they cowardly hid from you. Beloved, I need you to understand this down to your very core. This is not your failure. This is not your loss. This is not your defeat. This is their lesson to learn. This is their guilt to bear. This is their consequence to face. This is their own karmic unfolding playing out before their eyes. And here is exactly where the power of heaven intervenes on your behalf. What was unjustly taken from you will be beautifully restored. What was hidden in the dark will be revealed in the light. What was spoken in the quiet shadows will loudly echo in the broad daylight. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. And the most beautiful part is this: you will not have to lift a single finger to expose anything. You will not need to defend yourself. God will do it all for you. My child, there is a massive divine reversal already happening in the spiritual realm right at this very second. The exact same person who pushed your loving heart away will very soon realize the magnitude of what they foolishly lost. The same hands that let go of yours will very soon tremble with a heavy regret. The same heart that hid its truth from you will very soon feel the hollow emptiness of your permanent absence. But my beloved, before I tell you what comes next in this divine plan, I need you to be completely ready in your spirit. Because the next part of this revelation is exactly where your entire destiny turns. My beloved, come closer in your heart, for what I am about to say to you next is deeply sacred. There is a specific moment in every chosen one's life where God completely stops the world around them and reveals what was hidden in the absolute silence. That destined moment for you is right now. The person you trusted the most, whether they were a lover, a close friend, a sibling, or someone you deeply considered to be your family, took something that was incredibly pure between the two of you and allowed darkness to whisper lies into their mind. I want you to know that they didn't necessarily set out with the pure intention to destroy you. No, this is very important for your own healing for you to understand. They were heavily tempted by a lower vibration. Someone around them felt deeply threatened by your bright light. They felt threatened by your inner strength, your unwavering kindness, your obvious divine favor, and your rapidly growing destiny. Your spirit has always carried a noticeable heavenly glow wherever you go. And beloved, you must know that darkness always grows restless and agitated when true light is near. This other person, the one who deceitfully whispered to the one you trusted, did not want your beautiful bond to remain strong. They felt incredibly small standing beside the massive truth of your pure heart. They feared your gentle presence. They feared your positive influence. They feared your divine calling. So, they intentionally planted lies. They started with small ones at first, slight suggestions, subtle shifts in perspective, tiny seeds of doubt. And slowly, the person you loved began to look at you differently. They no longer looked at you with open, loving eyes, but rather with eyes completely clouded by someone else's toxic poison. They began to question your motives instead of trusting your heart. They began to compare you to others instead of deeply valuing your uniqueness. They began to distance themselves from your warmth instead of drawing near to the unconditional love you offered so freely and beautifully. And beloved, I know the painful truth of what you did next. I know you stayed soft. I know you stayed incredibly patient. I know you gave them grace again and again, offering forgiveness they did not even ask for. But the heavy day finally came when your exhausted spirit whispered to you, "This is not my doing. This is not my fault. Something terrible has been done behind my back." And in that exact moment of your realization, heaven wept for you. We wept not because you were weak or broken, but because your heart is so incredibly rare, so beautifully open, so deeply sacred that even the sharpest betrayal could not make you bitter or cruel. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, "This is not history. It is a living promise about your future." Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My beautiful child, God has seen absolutely everything. He saw every single tear you wiped away quietly in the bathroom so no one would see. He saw every single time you held your immense pain inside so no one around you would worry. He heard every single moment you forced a smile and said you were fine when your precious heart was literally breaking into pieces inside your chest. But beloved, it was never okay. It was never fair to you. And God, in His infinite wisdom and justice, has firmly declared that this cycle of hidden pain will not continue for another second. There is a massive divine shift unfolding in the heavens right now, and its focus is entirely on your life. The one who broke your trust is being shown the unvarnished truth by God Himself. They are slowly beginning to open their eyes. They are beginning to clearly see that it was you who cared for them when everyone else disappeared. It was you who prayed for them in the middle of the night, when they didn't even know how to pray for themselves. It was you who held their fragile love with both of your hands, even when your own heart was completely exhausted. Now, the heavy veil of deception is lifting. Their soul is finally waking up from its slumber. Their spirit is remembering your warmth. The consequences of their poor choice have officially begun. They are finally realizing that the person who whispered toxic poison into their ears was never a true friend, but rather a dangerous threat to their own peace and destiny. They see now that the very person who claimed to have their best interest at heart was actually the one actively planting dark seeds of destruction. The illusion has completely shattered. The heavy fog is lifting from their mind. The severe consequences of their choice have begun. Liking this message right now is an act of spiritual alignment. It accelerates the divine justice and breakthrough that is already moving toward your life. They feel the consequences already in the very depths of their bones. They feel the freezing cold distance settling into their daily life. They feel the hollow, echoing emptiness in their home and in their heart. They feel the quiet, incredibly heavy regret that they cannot even speak out loud because of their own stubborn pride. They wake up in the middle of the night, reaching for a deep comfort that is no longer there. They sit in crowded rooms, surrounded by people, yet they feel entirely alone because your vibrant, loving, authentic energy is missing from their atmosphere. But here is exactly what you must know next, my precious child. I need you to anchor this truth deeply in your soul. You are not being asked to chase them. You are not being asked to run after someone who willingly walked away from your table. You are not being asked to exhaust yourself trying to explain your beautiful heart to someone who purposely chose to misunderstand you. You are not being asked to desperately prove your pure love, your unwavering loyalty, or your inherent worth. No, your only task right now is to stand tall, breathe in the powerful grace of God, and rise. Because God is preparing to place you in a highly elevated position where the exact same people who deeply misunderstood you will have to look up and finally realize exactly who you truly are. Honor will return to your name. God is shifting the atmosphere around your life right now. Type Amen in the comments to claim this divine honor and step into the peace you so deeply deserve. Peace will finally return to your heavy heart. Love will return to your daily life, but absolutely not in the broken, chaotic, and painful way you lost it. It will come back beautifully healed, completely purified, intensely real, and perfectly aligned with heaven's flawless timing. You are being prepared for a season where you will no longer have to beg for a seat at the table. God is building a beautiful table exclusively for you. Surrounded by pure souls who recognize your immense value the moment you walk into the room. Your days of crying over those who could not see your profound worth are officially over. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you," every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith, and as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. But before I reveal what is about to happen next, there is something incredibly important you must understand about your own soul. The true reason God chose you for this difficult, lonely path is about to make perfect sense. What was taken from you will be restored. If you are ready to receive the divine restoration that heaven has prepared for you, type Amen below. Let this simple word be the bridge between your past pain and your future blessing. The spiritual gift that was awakened inside you because of this bitter betrayal is immense, and the magnificent blessing coming toward you now is moving with an absolutely unstoppable, undeniable force. My child, my beloved, I need you to be completely still for just a moment. Close your eyes if you must. Let your wounded heart listen to these words, not your logical, overthinking mind. Because the profound truth I'm about to speak over you is not just basic information. It is a holy revelation meant to heal the deepest cracks in your foundation. You so often sit in the quiet of your room and wonder, why me? Why is it always my gentle heart that is tested so severely? Why is it always my willing spirit that is stretched entirely beyond its limits? Why does true love feel like something I constantly must fight a bloody war for, while other people seem to receive it so effortlessly and naturally? Beloved, hear me clearly and let this gentle truth wash over your spirit. You were not chosen for this rigorous journey because you are weak, vulnerable, or easily manipulated. You were chosen by the divine because your brave heart carries a massive, staggering capacity for love that very, very few souls on this entire earth can physically hold. Your love is not ordinary. Your love is not average or common. And your love is profoundly healing. Your love is completely transforming. Your pure love literally awakens dormant, sleeping souls who have forgotten how to feel. Your love brings bright, warm, comforting light into dark, hidden, terrifying places where light has never been allowed before. You do not just simply care for people. You restore their absolute faith in humanity. You do not just love them, you revive their will to live fully. You breathe fresh life back into their tired lungs. You hold their shattered pieces together with your bare hands until they are strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet again. You are a holy sanctuary for broken people, a safe harbor in the middle of a raging emotional storm. You do not just give your time or your resources. You literally pour your divine spirit into everything and everyone you touch. You leave a golden piece of your soul wherever you go. This is exactly why the world reacts so intensely and strongly to you. Your immense, unconditional love disrupts the comfortable darkness of others. Your powerful, grounded presence confronts hidden lies without you even trying to expose them. Your undeniable truth exposes manipulation, deceit, and hidden agendas without you even needing to speak a single word out loud. Your pure energy simply demands authenticity from everyone in the room. And beloved, you must understand this unshakable spiritual law. When someone carries that high level of divine purity, they naturally attract those who desperately need to be healed by it, but they also inevitably attract those who are deeply, violently threatened by it. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. And this, my beautiful child, is exactly where the painful betrayal came from. The deeply insecure person who whispered malicious, calculated lies against you felt incredibly small standing beside your bright, towering spirit. They simply could not understand how you could love someone so deeply and fiercely without demanding anything selfish in return. They could not comprehend your perfectly pure motives. They could not understand how you could just keep forgiving, keep trusting, and keep hoping, even when things got unimaginably hard and unfair. They looked at your endless well of grace and felt terrifyingly exposed by their own emptiness. And instead of being inspired by your beautiful grace to become a better, kinder person, they became bitterly, obsessively jealous of it. Your shining purity completely exposed their shallow nature. Your steady, unwavering consistency exposed their chaotic emotional instability. Your pure, loyal devotion exposed their complete lack of sincerity. So, acting out of fear and envy, they desperately tried to dim your bright light by dimming your image in the eyes of someone you deeply valued and loved. They thought if they could just tarnish your good reputation, they would finally feel taller. But hear me right now, with all the absolute authority of heaven backing my words. Your light absolutely cannot be dimmed. Not by their jealous, petty whispers, not by their cowardly, backstabbing betrayal, not by this painful, confusing separation, and not by this heavy, isolating silence. Because your light does not come from the world. It comes from God. If you believe that your light is divinely protected and cannot be destroyed by the hands of others, boldly type Amen below. Let darkness know that your spirit is sealed by the divine, and what comes from God cannot be destroyed, manipulated, or stolen by any man. Beloved, you must realize that this painful betrayal did not break you, even though it felt like it shattered you into a million tiny pieces. It activated you. It powerfully awakened your deep intuition. It sharpened your spiritual discernment. It heightened your emotional sensitivity. It unlocked your divine authority. It gave you a keen awareness of shifting energy, and it birthed in you the unique ability to see the absolute truth, even when people are standing in complete silence. This pain was not a punishment from a cruel universe. It was a holy initiation. Claim this initiation by liking this video. It is an act of faith that tells heaven you understand the assignment and are ready to accelerate your blessing. Heaven did not allow this terrible situation to crush your spirit into the dust. Heaven allowed this to reveal your true, unstoppable power to yourself. Because right now, standing firmly on the other side of this heartbreak, you are no longer innocent and naive in love. You are fully enlightened in love. You no longer love blindly and foolishly, throwing your pearls to those who cannot appreciate them. You love intentionally and wisely. You no longer give your precious energy away without careful, grounded awareness. You give with divine wisdom. You no longer lose your own identity just to make someone else comfortable. You know exactly how to love others without ever abandoning yourself again. This is true transformation. This is spiritual maturity. This is your grand ascension into the highest, most powerful version of yourself. And now, my beloved, the great divine shift has officially begun its profound work. The person who so carelessly betrayed your rare heart is being forcefully awakened by the heavy hand of consequence. The one who maliciously poisoned their mind is being fully exposed for the insecure fraud they truly are. The absolute truth is rising rapidly to the surface, breaking through the lies like air trapped underwater. The fake masks are falling to the floor, shattering into pieces. The spiritual energy is rapidly returning to its proper, divinely ordained balance. You are stepping out of the shadows of betrayal and into the blinding warm light of divine vindication. The universe is actively aligning every single hidden detail in your ultimate favor. The tears you cried in secret are being miraculously turned into the very water that will nourish your incoming harvest. Every single ounce of love you poured out that was not returned is being gathered by angels, multiplied, and prepared to be poured back into your life through unexpected, beautiful avenues. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. And God is actively preparing to bring something so incredibly beautiful into your life right now. He is orchestrating a connection and a reality that is not built on a shaky foundation of fear, deep insecurity, or constant, exhausting confusion. He is building something for you based on absolute clarity, undeniable truth, solid commitment, high honor, profound spiritual depth, and a pure love that does not turn around and run away when the wind starts to blow. My child, what is coming toward you now is 1,000,000 times more powerful than what was wrongfully taken from you. And the next part of this divine message is where your destiny fully unfolds. My child, my beloved, stay with me closely now. For this is the exact place where the truth begins to take its physical shape right before your very eyes. The heavy veil that separates the physical world from the spiritual realm is thinning rapidly around you. What was deceitfully done in the absolute dark of secret is now beginning to loudly echo through the vast spiritual realm. You must understand that every single action a person takes carries a frequency and a vibration. Every single hidden intention carries a heavy weight. And absolutely nothing is ever successfully hidden from the eyes of heaven. The person who carelessly betrayed your precious trust is right now, at this very moment, facing the inescapable mirror of their own soul. They are being forcefully shown exactly what they did to your pure heart. But heaven is not showing them through loud, angry words. Heaven is not showing them through a dramatic physical confrontation. Heaven is showing them through a profound, suffocating silence. Silence, my beloved, is one of God's most incredibly powerful instruments of divine justice. When God intentionally goes quiet in someone's life, the human heart becomes unbearably loud. The suppressed truth aggressively rises to the surface. Deep, aching regret painfully awakens in the middle of the night. Their memory of you vividly returns when they least expect it. This person has finally begun to realize, with a heavy, sinking feeling in their chest, that you were the only one who truly saw them for who they are. You were the only one who genuinely cared for their well-being when there was nothing in it for you. You were the only one who offered them a pure, safe love without any hidden agenda. You were the one who stood faithfully with them when the entire world felt too heavy for them to carry. And now, sitting in your permanent absence, they feel the massive, freezing emptiness where your comforting warmth used to be. This is not a coincidence. This is the absolute return of spiritual balance. This is perfect divine justice unfolding exactly as it should in the heavens and on earth. Do not misunderstand the nature of this justice. This is absolutely not about petty revenge. This is not about cruel, vindictive punishment. This is about a necessary spiritual awakening for a soul that was lost in the dark. The person who betrayed you is rapidly awakening from their toxic illusion. Their daily thoughts have begun to constantly circle back to you. Their mind clearly remembers your gentle kindness when they are treated poorly by others. Their heart deeply remembers your comforting warmth when they feel cold and alone. Their soul intensely remembers your guiding light when they are lost in the shadows. At night, when the busy world is finally quiet, they feel an undeniable magnetic pull toward your energy. During the day, your name suddenly rises in their spirit without any logical reason. They are finally feeling the massive weight of what they once foolishly ignored. They are finally realizing the massive difference between cheap attention and profound love. They are learning the hard way the difference between toxic attachment and genuine loyalty, between passing interest and unwavering devotion, between physical presence and a true, deep soul connection. And as they realize this, the one who whispered toxic lies against you, the careless poison bearer, is being completely revealed for exactly who they truly are. Fake masks simply cannot survive the blinding presence of the absolute truth. And beloved, your entire existence is the truth. Soon, and I mean very soon, something highly unexpected will happen that begins the complete unraveling of their web of lies. It will be a casual conversation, a careless slip of a word, a slightly wrong tone of voice, an unexpected guilty confession, or a sudden dramatic shift in their energy. The ugly secret that was kept so carefully hidden behind your back will rapidly surface to the light. It will not happen because you desperately search for it. It will not happen because you angrily demand answers from them. It will not happen because you aggressively confront anyone. It will happen simply because God has already permanently ordained the exact timing of its exposure. The absolute truth will walk right up to your front door and deliver itself to you. And when that truth finally arrives, you will be surprised by your own reaction. You will not be blindingly angry. You will not be emotionally shattered into pieces again. You will not tremble with anxiety or fear. You will feel something entirely different and profoundly beautiful instead. You will feel a deep understanding, an unshakable strength, a crystal clarity, and a quiet, divine power. Because by the time this truth finally arrives at your feet, your resilient spirit will already be standing securely in a much higher, elevated place. You will no longer be the wounded person who was betrayed. You will be the powerful, healed soul who completely outgrew the very thing that tried to destroy you. And here is the beautiful divine unfolding that heaven has planned for your vindication. They will eventually return to you, but they will not return with their usual arrogance or pride. They will not return with empty, meaningless excuses. They will not return with half-hearted, manipulative words. They will come to you with absolute humility. They will come to you carrying the crushing weight of the truth heavily on their tongue. Their once confident voice will shake with genuine nerves. Their guarded eyes will completely soften with sincere regret. Their closed heart will break wide open before you. They will finally look at you and say the exact words you once desperately dreamed of hearing in the dark. I didn't see your true worth before, but now I do. I foolishly believed someone else's lies, and I deeply regret it. You were the only one who genuinely cared for me. I completely lost myself, and I didn't realize I was losing you too. This inevitable return is already written in the spiritual realm. This return is permanently destined. This return is absolutely inevitable. But hear me closely right now, my beautiful beloved. You are absolutely not being asked by heaven to wait around for them to figure this out. You are firmly being asked to rise up into your power. Because when they finally come back around, you must be standing tall, not desperately reaching out for them. You must be deeply grounded in your own energy, not bleeding from an open wound. You must be firmly rooted in your own immense self-worth, not longing for their validation. You will absolutely not return to who you used to be. You will calmly meet them exactly as the powerful, elevated person you have now become. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you," every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith. And as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. And now I must tell you the most important part of this divine plan. The incredible blessing that is rushing towards you to replace all your heavy pain is so unbelievably powerful, so perfectly divine, and so incredibly precise that your daily life will never look the same again. My child, my beloved, listen to me now with the deepest, most quiet part of your precious soul. The very part of you that already instinctively knows you were absolutely never meant to stay stuck in the dark place where your pain initially left you. There is a massive, life-changing blessing that has been slowly and carefully forming around your life for a very long time. You may not be able to physically see it with your eyes just yet, but I have watched it grow in the absolute silence of the spiritual realm. Every single painful tear you cried watered its deep roots. Every single terrible heartbreak you endured shaped its beautiful branches. Every single harsh disappointment you faced carved out the necessary space for it to fully bloom. I want you to know with absolute certainty that nothing you went through was ever wasted by heaven. Not one single agonizing moment, not one lonely, terrifying night, not one desperate prayer you whispered into the crushing darkness. Beloved, your intense suffering was absolutely never meant to be your ending. It was your divine preparation. While your gentle heart was actively breaking into pieces, your eternal spirit was actually strengthening its foundation. While you were painfully letting go of the toxic people and situations that repeatedly hurt you, God was quietly and intentionally making massive room in your life for what will finally heal you. While you were shedding the tired, wounded, old version of yourself, a brilliantly new, powerful self was rapidly awakening deep within your core. A version of you that is profoundly wiser, intensely deeper, unshakably stronger, and beautifully clearer. This massive transformation was completely invisible to the people around you. They thought you were just quietly fading away. But heaven saw your beautiful metamorphosis. The entire universe literally shifted its energy around your growth. Your ultimate destiny completely realigned itself to match your new, high vibration. And now, the magnificent blessing that was once waiting in the distant future has officially begun to rapidly move toward your present reality. It is not moving slowly. It is not moving hesitantly or cautiously. It is moving with absolute, unstoppable divine purpose. It is flooding into your daily life right now like a rushing river that absolutely cannot be stopped by any man-made dam. Like the bright, warm dawn that simply cannot be held back by the darkest night. Like a deep, desperate breath that forcefully rises in your chest, no matter how long you have been holding it under the water. My precious child, the specific blessing that is coming straight toward you is absolutely not small. It is not average, it is not ordinary, and it is most certainly not temporary. It is purely divine in every single way. It is the exact, specific blessing that sits patiently on the other side of a pure heart that refused to turn bitter when it had every right to. It is the rare, highly protected blessing entirely reserved for those beautiful souls who continue to deeply love, even when they are forgotten, who stay genuinely kind, even when they are cruelly overlooked, who continue to shine their bright light, even when they are completely surrounded by heavy, suffocating shadows. This specific blessing has your exact name permanently engraved upon it by the hands of God. And here is exactly what you need to understand right now. You are officially stepping into a massive, unprecedented season of total divine restoration. True restoration absolutely does not mean simply replacing what was wrongfully lost. It means finally receiving something infinitely greater, deeper, and more profound than what was ever taken from your hands. Restoration means your physical heart will finally feel lighter than it has in many, many long years. Your beautiful spirit will feel perfectly clear. Your racing mind will feel completely calm and at peace. Your daily path will feel heavily protected and clearly guided. Your ultimate purpose on this earth will feel entirely undeniable. Your immense self-worth will feel absolutely unshakable to its core. You will no longer exhaust yourself chasing after love that doesn't want to stay. Love will naturally, effortlessly, and beautifully come directly to you. You will no longer drain your precious energy trying to aggressively prove your inherent value to blind people. Your presence will speak for you. You are entering a season where your worth is undeniable. Type Amen to anchor this truth in your heart and let heaven know you are ready to receive without struggling. You will no longer shrink your beautiful, expansive spirit just to be understood by people who are determined to misunderstand you. People will simply have to rise up and meet you exactly where your elevated spirit now stands. My beautiful, brave beloved, the terrible, violent storm you endured for so long has finally passed over you. You are now standing firmly in the beautiful, quiet clearing. The very air around you is completely different now. It is fresh, it is clean, and it is full of limitless possibility. Your divine destiny can finally take a deep breath and expand into its full glory. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. And now, there is something incredibly important that you must know about how the physical world is going to react to this massive change in you. The person who foolishly betrayed you will physically feel the massive shift in the atmosphere. They will strongly feel your beautiful spirit rising high above their level. They will feel your vibrant energy completely and permanently, detaching from their heavy, chaotic vibration. They will feel your loving heart no longer reaching out for theirs in the quiet midnight hours. This sudden, jarring absence will aggressively awaken a deep, terrifying realization inside their mind. They will suddenly realize, with a crushing weight on their chest, that they did not just lose someone ordinary. They lost someone profoundly rare. They lost someone purely divine. They lost someone whom heaven aggressively protected, someone specifically chosen by God for greatness. Their deep regret will not just be a fleeting moment or a passing sad thought. It will be a massive, painful spiritual transformation that they cannot escape. They will eventually try to come back to you again. But this time, it will not be because they want something selfish from you. It will not be because they are feeling temporarily lonely on a quiet evening. They will return because their hungry soul finally recognizes that your unconditional love was the only true home they ever had. But my beloved, you will have a massive choice to make. This time, you will absolutely not choose your path from a place of desperate longing or a deep fear of abandonment. You will choose your steps strictly from a place of absolute clarity and divine grounded power. This time, you will not love blindly and ignore the red flags. You will love with sharp, profound discernment. This time, you will absolutely not give far more energy than you ever receive back. You will be met exactly where you stand, measure for measure, heart to heart. And this is exactly where your massive destiny fully opens its doors to you. Take a very slow, deep breath right now, because what I'm about to reveal to you next is the massive turning of the page in the heavy book of your destiny. You have walked through a very long, incredibly cold season of emotional winter. It was a brutal season where the entire world felt unbearably heavy on your fragile shoulders. A season where your loving heart felt entirely exhausted, beaten down, and completely drained. A season where your deep, unwavering faith was tested quietly, brutally, in the dark hours when absolutely no one saw you crying on the floor. It was a time when you held your aching chest with both hands and whispered softly to the ceiling, "God, please, just give me the strength to take one more tiny step forward." And my brave beloved, God heard every single one of those desperate whispers. Not one single tear you shed went unnoticed by the angels watching over you. Not one silent, trembling prayer went unanswered in the highest heavens. Not one agonizing moment of your deep pain was ignored or swept aside as if it didn't matter. You were actively being shaped for absolute greatness, not being broken for destruction. You were being beautifully refined by the hot fire, not cruelly rejected by the universe. You were simply shedding the heavy weight of what could not possibly come with you into your beautiful next chapter. You were absolutely not losing what truly belonged to you, because the massive, life-changing blessing that is coming directly for you requires an incredibly strong heart that intimately knows how to love without instantly becoming dangerously attached to pain and trauma. And my beautiful beloved, your brave heart is finally completely ready. The exact moment your massive blessing finally arrives in your life will not look chaotic or dramatic. It will not suddenly come with loud thunder or flashing lightning in the sky. It will not arrogantly announce itself loudly to the world. It will arrive beautifully softly, incredibly quietly, and perfectly gently, just like warm, golden sunlight gently returning to the cold earth after a very long, freezing night. You will first notice this massive shift, not in your logical, overthinking mind, but deep within your resting, peaceful heart. You will suddenly feel a profound, sweeping peace, exactly where there used to be constant, terrifying worry keeping you awake. You will feel a beautiful, steady calmness where there used to be chaotic, spinning confusion clouding your judgment. You will feel a deep, rooted, unshakable confidence exactly where there used to be paralyzing, gripping fear. You will feel a comforting, glowing warmth rapidly spreading inside your chest, a quiet, completely undeniable knowing that something massive has finally shifted in the atmosphere around you. This deep peace is your ultimate divine sign. This is the precise spiritual indicator that the massive blessing has finally completely entered your energetic field. Your highly sensitive spirit will softly whisper to you, "It's finally here," even before your physical eyes can clearly see the tangible, real-world proof of it. And my beloved, when the divine blessing officially arrives, absolutely everything in your life begins to beautifully align without you having to force a single thing. The foolish people who once ignored you will suddenly begin to deeply notice your radiant energy again. Massive golden doors that were permanently closed in your face will suddenly begin to fly wide open effortlessly. Incredible, life-changing opportunities that consistently bypassed you in the past will actively begin to seek you out by your specific name. Your beautifully cleared energy will begin to powerfully and magnetically attract exactly what is meant for your brilliant future. Your honored name will be highly spoken of in important rooms you have not even stepped foot into yet. Your powerful, grounded presence will be heavily felt before you even arrive at the destination. Your daily path will no longer feel terrifyingly uncertain or dark. It will feel completely, divinely guided every single step of the way. This is the massive identity shift you are confidently stepping into right now. You are no longer the one who hopes for love. You are the one who receives love. Anchor this identity shift by subscribing. It is an act of obedience that secures your ongoing alignment with the beautiful season you are entering. You are no longer the one who constantly doubts their inherent worth in front of the mirror. You are the one who walks in a quiet, unshakable confidence every single day. You are no longer the one who bends backwards and breaks themselves just to be chosen by someone else. You are the one who is permanently and divinely chosen by God. You are officially stepping into your grand, beautiful season of massive divine recognition. Your beautiful energy is rapidly rising to the heavens. Your bright light is massively expanding into the surrounding darkness. Your precious heart is permanently elevating to a frequency of absolute peace. And my beautiful beloved, when your magnificent blessing fully arrives, the specific one who cruelly betrayed your pure trust will physically feel it like a heavy, dark shadow constantly following right behind them. They will deeply sense your massive growth, your beautiful healing, your powerful becoming, your unstoppable ascension. And they will finally, painfully realize that the pure love they once carelessly held in their ungrateful hands was a rare, once-in-a-lifetime kind of love. They will desperately try to return to you, not because they suddenly deserve another chance to break your heart, but because their hungry soul will finally understand what their stubborn mind once foolishly denied. But this time around, you will absolutely not be the one anxiously waiting by the door. You will be the powerful one doing the choosing. You will look at them with absolute crystal clarity, not desperate, aching longing. You will look at them with deep, gentle compassion, not toxic, codependent attachment. You will look at them with divine, grounded wisdom, not paralyzing, anxious fear. You will clearly see that they were simply a difficult, painful chapter in your life, not the entire beautiful book. And the glorious future God is currently preparing for you is infinitely greater than the heavy pain you barely survived. Now, my beloved, I must reveal something even more incredibly sacred to you. The massive blessing that is coming your way is not only emotional or deeply spiritual, it is highly material and financial as well. It involves massive divine provision, unshakable physical stability, rapid worldly expansion, and highly unexpected financial flow into your bank accounts. It means golden doors rapidly opening that you did not even have to knock on, massive support arriving that you did not even have to beg or ask for. Your life is not just healing, it is elevating. Subscribe to seal this word over your life. It is an act of obedience that ensures you remain aligned with the incredible elevation coming your way. My precious child, my beautiful beloved, the next crucial part of this divine message must be deeply received with a completely open, trusting heart, because it directly concerns your massive rise, your permanent elevation into an entirely new, deeply abundant life. You have carried so much heavy weight entirely alone for far too long. You have bravely endured freezing seasons where genuine support was completely absent from your life. You had to forcefully be strong, even when you had absolutely no one's shoulder to lean on for rest. You learned how to painfully stand up again and again, even when your broken heart was violently shaking inside your chest. Beloved, I need you to know with absolute certainty that that heavy burden was not for nothing. That was absolutely not useless suffering without a divine purpose. Your incredible endurance has officially become the rock-solid foundation on which your massive material blessing will now be built. Now, listen to me very carefully. Your financial and material shift is already in motion. Tap the like button as a powerful act of faith, accelerating this financial and material breakthrough so it manifests in your life without delay. There was a very dark, incredibly painful time when you simply had to survive day by day. A time when you had to painfully stretch yourself entirely too thin, constantly hold back your own basic needs, quietly sacrifice your deepest desires, and live in a state of quiet, suffocating limitation. But my beloved child, that brutal season of lack and scarcity is permanently ending right now. God absolutely did not design your beautiful life to be lived in a constant state of agonizing scarcity. God absolutely did not place such a massively powerful, creative soul inside your physical body just to watch you constantly struggle and suffer without any earthly reward or comfort. You were specifically meant to expand. You were intentionally meant to create beautiful things. You were divinely meant to receive massively. The material blessing that is coming directly to you is absolutely not small. It is not just barely enough to scrape by. It is massive, overflowing abundance that powerfully flows into your hands and continuously flows without ever drying up. Your specific name is currently being perfectly aligned with brand new, highly lucrative opportunities, powerful new connections, perfect divine timing, wide open golden doors, massive financial favors, fully unblocked pathways, and completely uninterrupted, rapid growth. There are massive resources, wealth, and abundance that have been intentionally withheld from you until this exact moment in time, and I need you to understand this clearly. They were not withheld because you were somehow unworthy or unloved by heaven. They were withheld specifically because you were not yet energetically ready to receive without losing yourself. You had to painfully learn how to firmly hold love without losing your own core identity. You had to learn how to generously give to others without entirely draining your own life force. You had to learn how to deeply trust people without ever silencing your own powerful intuition. You had to learn how to remain beautifully soft without being foolishly taken advantage of. You had to learn how to boldly rise up without desperately needing the validation of small-minded people. Now that these massive, painful spiritual lessons are finally complete, the material blessing can finally safely reach your open hands. And my beloved, this massive blessing will be highly visible to everyone around you. You will finally see money that comes to you without agonizing, back-breaking struggle. You will see a beautiful stability that does not suddenly collapse when the wind blows. You will see incredible opportunities that feel perfectly aligned, completely natural, and divinely guided. You will receive massive support from highly unexpected places, from people who gladly show up for you without even being asked to help. You will experience a massive growth that feels beautifully effortless instead of constantly exhausting. Your entire energy is drastically changing. And you must understand this spiritual law. When your internal energy changes, your external reality must instantly follow. This is the massive, undeniable shift happening around your good name right now. Your physical presence will begin to carry a profound, quiet authority. People will immediately stop and listen closely when you speak. Your words will hold massive, undeniable weight in every room you enter. Your chosen silence will hold incredible power. Your physical absence will be deeply and painfully felt by those who took you for granted. Your immense, inherent value will absolutely no longer be questioned by anyone. Those who once foolishly overlooked you will suddenly begin to constantly notice your beautiful, radiant glow. Those who once stubbornly doubted you will begin to excitedly speak your name with profound admiration and deep respect. Those who once so casually betrayed you will deeply and undeniably feel the immense consequence of losing you. But my beloved, I need you to listen very closely to how this will happen. This consequence will absolutely not fall upon them because you are harboring dark bitterness or because you are actively seeking some form of petty, earthly revenge. No, your beautiful heart is far too pure and far too elevated for revenge. They will feel the crushing weight of their loss simply because God is preparing to restore you entirely publicly after you spent so much time bravely healing completely privately. There was a long, incredibly lonely season where nobody saw your agonizing struggle. Nobody saw you sitting quietly on the edge of your bed, staring into the darkness, wondering how you were going to physically survive the heavy, crushing pain inside your chest. Nobody heard the quiet, desperate prayers you whispered through your tears when you felt like your entire world was violently collapsing inward. You did the grueling, exhausting work of spiritual and emotional healing entirely in the hidden shadows, away from the prying eyes of the world. You stitched your own wounds back together with the absolute grace of heaven. And because you were faithful in the quiet, agonizing dark, God is now going to bless you, elevate you, and completely vindicate you in the bright, undeniable light of the day. The grand restoration of your life will absolutely not be a secret. Your massive elevation will not be something that happens quietly in the background. It will be profoundly visible to everyone who ever doubted your strength, to everyone who ever questioned your divine calling, and especially to the specific ones who broke your profound trust. They will physically see your beautiful, radiant glow returning, brighter and more powerful than ever before. They will watch from a painful distance as incredible, golden opportunities effortlessly fall perfectly into your lap. They will witness the beautiful, unshakable peace that completely surrounds you like an impenetrable, glowing shield. They will see you smiling a genuine, deep smile that reaches all the way to your eyes. A smile that they know deep down they could absolutely never give you. They will see you walking entirely upright, completely unburdened by the heavy trauma they selfishly tried to force upon your shoulders. And in that profound moment of public vindication, the ultimate painful realization will violently crash down upon them. They will finally understand that while they were busy playing foolish games in the shallow dirt, you were quietly building a magnificent, indestructible castle in the sky. They will realize that the universe entirely removed you from their chaotic presence because they were simply not energetically qualified to travel with you to your glorious next destination. Your massive elevation is the ultimate divine proof of your pure innocence and your unwavering, beautiful faithfulness. My beautiful, brave beloved, I need you to understand exactly what is happening to your soul right now. Your spirit is entirely leaving the old, exhausted world behind and is actively entering a completely brand new, highly elevated realm of existence. This is a sacred realm where the heavy rules of your painful past absolutely no longer apply. This is a realm where the desperate, anxious energy of survival is permanently replaced by the grounded, peaceful energy of massive, overflowing abundance. In this incredible new realm of existence, you will no longer chase. I need to repeat this until it permanently settles into your bones. You will never, ever chase anyone or anything ever again. You will absolutely not chase after a love that constantly makes you feel confused and unworthy. You will not chase after fake friendships that only exist when it is convenient for the other person. You will not chase after fleeting opportunities that force you to endlessly compromise your sacred values or shrink your beautiful spirit. The exhausting, breathless days of constantly running after people to desperately convince them of your inherent worth are permanently and forever over. You will not beg. You will absolutely never again beg for the bare minimum of human decency. You will never again beg for a simple text message back, for a single moment of undivided attention, or for basic, common respect. You will never again beg for a permanent seat at a table where you are secretly being served nothing but poison and hidden disrespect. You now completely realize that you are the table. You are the divine prize. You are the sacred, beautiful destination. You will not frantically explain yourself anymore. You will absolutely not drain your precious divine energy trying to forcefully explain your pure intentions to people who are absolutely committed to misunderstanding you. You will no longer write long, exhausted paragraphs trying to defend your gentle heart to someone whose mind is tightly closed. Your silence will become your ultimate, unshakable boundary. Your peace will become your permanent, unbothered answer. If they cannot clearly see your bright, shining light, you will simply let them continue to walk blindly in their own chosen darkness. You will simply be. You will exist in a state of absolute, beautiful, unapologetic divine rest. You will stand firmly and beautifully in your own powerful truth, radiating your warm light, completely unbothered by the chaotic, swirling storms of other people's unresolved trauma. You will become a powerful, magnetic force of nature. And because you are no longer creating resistance by frantically chasing or desperately forcing outcomes, absolutely everything that is divinely meant for you will effortlessly flow directly into your open hands. And what is meant for you will come with absolute crystal clarity. There will absolutely be no more mixed, confusing signals in your future. There will be no more agonizing, sleepless nights wondering where you stand in someone else's life. There will be no more hidden, deceitful agendas or subtle, toxic manipulations. The incredible people, the massive opportunities, and the profound, pure love that are coming into your new life will arrive with a completely undeniable, transparent clarity. You will look at your new reality and say, "This is it. This is exactly what my tired soul has been patiently waiting for." But my beloved child, there is even more to this divine plan. Please open your heart wider to receive this final, massive revelation. Because your grand destiny on this earth involves incredibly more than just your own personal healing, your own vindication, and your own material blessing. The massive struggles you bravely endured were absolutely not just about you. They were about the massive, world-changing purpose that God has specifically planted deep inside your spirit. You did not survive the crushing weight of that terrible betrayal just to walk away, quietly heal in a corner, and remain permanently silent about your journey. You did not miraculously survive the darkest, most terrifying nights of your entire life, just to live a small, quiet, fearful existence, desperately hiding your bright light from the world to avoid getting hurt again. Heaven did not aggressively protect your fragile life just so you could blend into the background and be totally forgotten. Absolutely not. Your profound, immense suffering was an incredibly intense, rigorous masterclass entirely designed by the divine. You were being heavily trained in the dark so you could confidently lead others in the blinding light. You have been given the incredibly rare, beautiful gift of profound empathy, deep spiritual sight, and unshakable, grounded wisdom. You intimately know exactly what the bottom of the darkest pit looks like, which means you are uniquely, perfectly qualified to reach your hand down and pull other lost, terrified souls out of their own despair. Your authentic, beautiful voice carries the powerful, healing frequency of survival and divine victory. When you eventually choose to speak about your difficult journey, your honest words will instantly become a powerful, life-saving medicine for someone who is secretly bleeding from the exact same invisible wounds you once had. Your unshakable, bright presence will become a towering, glowing lighthouse for those beautiful souls who are currently completely lost in the terrifying, violent storms of betrayal, massive heartbreak, and suffocating confusion. God specifically allowed your pure, trusting heart to be severely tested so that it could be massively expanded, permanently strengthened, and incredibly prepared to hold the heavy, beautiful weight of your massive new calling. You are no longer just a helpless victim of a cruel, unfair circumstance. You are an incredibly powerful, deeply anointed cycle breaker. You are a brave, relentless light bringer. You are a highly chosen, heavily protected, intensely loved child of the Most High God, entirely equipped to completely change the atmosphere of any room you simply walk into. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by supporting mdevotional, making a donation, or becoming a member of our mdevotional community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, "This is not history. It is a living promise about your future." Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My beloved, my beautiful, resilient child, our time together in this specific divine transmission is drawing to a close. But your incredible, magnificent new life is truly just beginning. I want you to take one final, deep, cleansing breath right now. Inhale the absolute, unconditional love and the immense, unshakable peace of heaven. Exhale absolutely every last drop of lingering fear, every heavy ounce of painful regret, and every dark shadow of toxic doubt that still tries to cling to your spirit. The heavy, suffocating chains of your painful past have been completely and permanently broken by the hand of the divine. The heavy, dark curtain has completely fallen on the painful, confusing chapters of your history. The bright, warm sun is rapidly rising on the absolutely greatest, most abundant, most deeply peaceful era of your entire existence. Do not look back over your shoulder at the people who maliciously tried to bury you in the dirt. They entirely forgot that you were a powerful, divine seed, and all they did was accidentally plant you exactly where you needed to be to grow into a massive, towering tree. Keep your bright, beautiful eyes completely focused entirely on the expansive, glowing, limitless horizon that is rapidly unfolding right in front of your feet. Walk forward today with your head held incredibly high, your shoulders completely relaxed, and your pure, loving heart wide open to receive the massive, overflowing goodness of God. You have successfully passed the ultimate spiritual test. You have beautifully proven the absolute purity of your rare, magnificent soul. You have kept your beautiful light burning brightly, even when the cold, bitter winds of betrayal desperately tried to blow it out. And because of your profound, unwavering faithfulness, the entire universe is officially heavily tipped entirely in your favor. Remember these final, sacred words as you confidently step into your glorious new reality. You are incredibly, deeply loved. You are massively, fiercely protected. You are completely and entirely restored. You did not survive all of this crushing pain just to remain silent. You survived to become something greater. You are now a vessel of divine truth. Share this message to multiply the favor upon your life, extending this powerful blessing to those who are still lost in the shadows.